First impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's quite nice.
This is your kind of thing?
I mean, it does feel kind of new. It feels very, very modern. I will say that much.
Especially after leaving house number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no through traffic.
There is no through traffic, but the good news is, I don't want you to look at that. I want you to look at that.
Yes!
You are joking. You are joking, aren't you?
I think she likes it.
You are joking.
Now, this is very different to everything we've seen before, but it's very grand. It's a slice of manor house here in the middle of Dorset, OK? Built around 1750
OK.
by a lord for his naughty daughter, who ran off with somebody who wasn't of quite the right social class, so he built this for her and tucked her away out of sight down here. Is it of interest?
I'd like to be tucked away in there too.
Come on then.
Well, before they get carried away, I should point out that they don't actually get the whole building. It's been divided into 9 separate residences, but they are all still pretty grand in their own right. They retain all the original Georgian features, huge fireplaces, converted servants' quarters, and fantastic proportions.
So, guys, this is your hallway.
Wow.
What do you think?
Very grand.
Yeah?
Very grand. Very, very, very nice.
And it's high enough for you, Mel.
Definitely. No ceilings in here for me to bang my head on. I'm absolutely blown away.
Interesting. I'm kind of surprised, actually, because you love the cottage look, but...
This feels like our own manor. We could be lord and lady.
I think there's a kind of closet aristo in each of you, actually.
And the 9-foot-tall fireplace would look right at home in the grandest of baronial halls.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah, there aren't many places with a fireplace like that, I can tell you.
I've got to say, no. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is truly unbelievable.
It's a fireplace your mates will remember.
When would this have been converted?
Well, it was converted around about 1997 by a developer who took this building on. It had been used as a boys' boarding school and had been left to rack and ruin. It was going to be pulled down. So the whole thing was redone. And in effect, what you've got is a number of houses within the shell of the old existing grand house.
I see. I've got to say, it's very, very tasteful. It's beautiful. I'd move in tomorrow.
So they both really seem to have fallen in love with this property.
Lovely, great big high ceilings to these places. But these I love. Look at these.
This part of the house has always been grand, but the tasteful conversion means that the former scullery in the basement is no longer off limits for the lord and lady of the manor.
Wow.
What do you think of this?
Wow.
More. What could we do with this?
This is amazing.
You did say you liked the idea of a basement.
This is perfect. This is like a dining area. This is a really fantastic dining area.
This could be a wine cellar, it could be a music studio, this could be a games room. What would this have been used for?
This would have been storage, kitchen, servants' quarters, that sort of thing.
When Emma said that she'd love to be able to roller skate around her kitchen, I'm not sure she really thought that I'd come up trumps, but it's always good to fulfil someone's fantasy.
I love this kitchen. Malachi, get me those roller skates now!
This is very good.
What do you think? Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Handmade oak kitchen.
Lovely.
Now, is this a place you think you could roller skate around?
Absolutely.
I think it's a potential.
Jules!
There you go. Get your skates on, love.
And there's plenty more to see. Upstairs, first stop, is the master bedroom.
Wow.
Ensuite?
Yeah?
Grand enough for a lord, my lord?
My lord, I think it's, yes. Looks like I could have fun in here.
If I come and see you in here, I'm going to have to call you sir, aren't I?
I think you might.
The other 2 bedrooms and family bathroom aren't as grand as the ground floor rooms, but I think they do the job. The huge garden is shared with the other 9 residences. This really is communal living on a grand scale. This building may have an aristocratic heritage, but Emma and Malachi wouldn't have to be members of the landed gentry to afford it.
How much change do you think you'd have from your budget of $450,000?
There would be change.
This house is on the market for £440,000.
So you'd have £10,000 spare?
So you could buy it and go on holiday to celebrate.
Why would I go on holiday when I've just moved into this place?
I can see this has moved you in a way which, to be honest, I didn't expect it to. Go back inside, have a good look. It's a lot of money, all right? And tell me what you think afterwards.
Come, let's run.
Let's run, let's go.
They are as happy as Larry. Look at that. They can't wait. I have to say, I'm really surprised. I didn't expect the architecture of this place to really grab them, but clearly they are over the moon. We might just have a sale.
So for £440,000, Emma and Malachi would get the chance to own their very own piece of a minor stately home. As well as the 3 bedrooms, amazing living room and fireplace, they'd also get the converted servants' quarters. It's a truly grand residence, but does it feel like home?
Wow, this one has definitely blown my mind away. The mystery house, the final house, I am absolutely loving it. Coming into the first main room, mind-blowing. I will absolutely say mind-blowing. Huge, beautiful expanse. I love the fireplace, absolutely stunning. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. My heart's beating. Is yours?
Oh, yeah.
I could never, ever have imagined such grandeur that we could possibly afford. I want this house.
Down in the basement, in the kitchen area, yeah, it's all really good. And at £440,000, it's amazing.
Did you ever think we could afford something like this?
No.
Something as grand?
No, not really. Dream come true. Fine.
Well, their decision seems cut and dried, but this house is very different to the brief they originally gave me and the other 3 houses I've shown them. House number 1 was the coastal cottage on the market for £460,000, but do the amazing views of Lulworth Cove make up for the lack of space? The second property I showed them was the quirky stone house in their favourite village of Langton Matravers. It's better value at $399, but I have a feeling they'd rather be a bit more rural. House number 3 in the village of Throop had tons of period charm and a space for a music studio for $425,000, but will they be able to overcome their reservations about thatched roofs? Finally, I brought them to see my mystery house, which is actually a wing of a converted early Georgian mansion. At $440,000, they could afford to buy into a bit of history, but are they prepared to share an entrance and garden with the neighbours?
I think we need to go away, sit back down and really try and work out what we can do.
If we could design our perfect house out of all 4 of them, that would be our real dream.
That would be the thing, wouldn't it?
So the moment has arrived for Emma and Malachi to make a decision, but which house will they go for? We've seen 4 fascinating properties, but I think they were really moved by number 3 and blown away by house number 4. We've sent them off round Dorset, they've walked, they've talked, they've explored, but the question is, are they ready to escape to the country? So, guys, it's decision time. The moment of truth has arrived. We've shown you 4 fantastic properties. But of those 4, have you been able to whittle it down to a short list?
We've definitely whittled down the choice. We're definitely not interested in number 1 or number 2.
Why not?
Number 1 was a beautiful cottage and the location was fantastic. We just felt that the location was predominantly a tourist visiting area.
That's fair enough. And what about number 2, though? Because you were quite excited about that.
Number 2, the Higgledy-Piggledy house, worked, kind of thing, but there was a few... The problems were with the main road. The main road was very close, what with Summer, the dog, the cat, all that type of thing was very big of a worry for us.
So it's a toss-up between house number 3, the cottage in Throop...
Definitely.
...and house number 4, the early Georgian pile in Stinsford.
Yeah.
Right. What have you decided?
I think Emma could move straight into number 3.
Yep.
She really liked number 3, but I'm slightly torn onto number 4.
Is that because of the height issue?
That's just because of the whole thing about it. I think it was like a once-in-a-lifetime type move, if you know what I mean. To be honest, I didn't have a very good night's sleep last night, trying to weigh all this up and the way I was trying to weigh it up.
I was sold on number 3. It's stunning. I wasn't sold because of the thatch issue. Mal wasn't happy with that, but now we spoke to the thatcher, I believe there's been a change of mind.
It's transformed everything. Moving to the country, you should have a thatch. you know, for the oldie worldness of the whole thing. It's just, you know, I feel a bit of a fool, really.
I never thought I'd ever hear you say that about Thatcher.
I'm actually totally sold about it.
Whether we move into house number 3 or 4, we're not sure now, but we do know we need to think and move very quickly.
Very quickly.
So Malachi and Emma will have to go away and make that final decision, whether they want to buy either the 17th century cottage or the converted Georgian mansion. I'm confident that either of those two fantastic options would be a great choice.
Well, we've certainly put the cat among the pigeons as far as Emma and Mal are concerned, but I don't think it's going to be too long before they're down here living the dream in rural Dorset. Now, if you'd like more information on planning your own escape to the country, why not check out our website at bbc.co.uk/homes. See you next time.
What makes a great speech? Alan Yentob traces the power of public speaking in Yes We Can, The Lost Art of Oratory, tonight at 7:50. Fred Dibner continues to take us on a fascinating tour through Britain's industrial past, next on BBC Two. The second race of the new Formula One season, highlights from today's rain-soaked Malaysian Grand Prix on BBC Three, this evening at 7 o'clock.
In the long history of the world,
only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger.